and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on the Batmobile Phase 36. Let's go ahead and get the parts out, and then we'll open the book. Oops, I fell off of the plastic. One thing I do have to say that they did right on this is they have been putting, even though everything comes in a bag, they have been putting them in the bubble packs like this. That's nice. You very rarely lose any parts that way. And we have a ton of AP screws, which means this is all plastic. It is just for show. It does not work, which is fine. Let's get the book open and we'll see what parts we have. Okay, come on. So we have 36A and B. This is going to be the drive shaft halves, the front and, let's see, these two are the front end of this drive shaft. We have two U-joints, center support, oh wait, 36D, okay, 36D, this would be the center support bearing. 36E is the drive shaft bearing. And then F is the rear drive shaft. Interestingly, that's not really a bearing, it's just a piece of plastic. Would be nice if there was a real bearing in here, but like I said, it's just for show. It's just details. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the universal joint or take a universal joint and plug it into the center support bearing. These are plastic, so you're not going to be using any oil here. Come on. These bags are sometimes a little pain in the behind to get open. So let me get the screwdriver for plastic. PHO is better for plastic because you're not going to strip it out. You need to be a little bit careful that you don't. The ones for that are metal, the PH1 will work just fine because they'll grab the cross point pretty well. But like I said, the key thing is you do not want to strip it out. Funny thing though, that they give you a working U-joint for a part that's not going to move. Doesn't it? I understand they're trying to make it as detailed as possible, but it's a part that's not going to move. It's going to be under the car that you're not ever going to see. And it's odd to me. That's all I'm going to say. And we'll go back to my Star Trek Enterprise videos. It's pieces to make you feel like you got more than you really did. Okay, so now we're going to take the rear drive shaft, and both ends are the same size. We're going to attach it to the excuse me. Excuse me. We're going to attach it to the universal joint. One screw in on one side, screw in on the other side, and then tighten them both down. Always doing it that way, always doing one side, then the other, not tightening anything completely down until we get all the screws in, simply because otherwise you may end up fighting with, not a guarantee, but you may end up fighting with parts trying to get the screw holes to line up. And there we have, again, similar to last issue, a working U-joint. It is kind of neat that they did do a working U-joint. So the next thing they're going to do is have you take this drive bearing, or what did they call it? Yeah, slot the drive bearing into the center of the support bearing. This is not yet secured. Interestingly, look at how much room there is. That's not even close to being a real bearing. Starting to sound like Mark here. So now you're going to, once you have that pushed through there, you're going to slot this in here, right there like that. And then you're going to put the top half of the drive shaft, front drive shaft, in there. Okay, it's going to fight me a little bit, so I'm going to try something. Let's call it a hack, because I'm not going to be sitting here trying to fight with three pieces plus screws, putting them together. So what I did was I put one screw in, just started there. Look at that. I can open this up wide, which means I can now take this piece, drop it into place like that, and then I can close this down. Come on, go together. Trapping it together. The front is already taking care of itself, and so the back, I just put the screw on to the screwdriver, then I'll put it into the drive shaft, and it will hold it in place. So let's put this in here, tighten it all the way down, then we'll come back and do the one in the front. And now we have a working U-joint on the end of a drive shaft. Interesting. That might be the reason they did that, because if this ties into if something in the differential actually turns, that would make sense why they did it the way they did. Again, don't know if you're going to be driving your Batmobile around. So the next thing we do, we're going to install a U-joint on the front of the drive shaft. By the way, the reason that this is the top is so that you can't see the screws from the bottom. But who is picking up their Batmobile and looking at it from the bottom? Just a thought, just wondering. I mean, if you do, that's your choice. Not a bad thing. It just seems odd to me. So we get this universal joint tightened in there, and you can see it moves just fine. I could tighten it down a little bit. What about this? Yeah, this side a little bit as well. Then turn the page, and we have to move. So we have, how many AP screws do we have? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 that we need. So we'll take 4. AP 5, 4, not 5. They actually give you 3 spares. Either they give you 3 spares or I missed something. Let's move this out of the way. Let's move the book out of the way. Come on, stay there. And fortunately, the way they did this, it's all sitting on the top. I don't have to turn the car over. Not sure where this bearing, oh, okay. The bearing actually goes all the way back here. They have it in the picture. Let me bring the book that fell on the floor. I don't know if you guys heard that. I didn't. Oh, you know what? because I'm an idiot. There we go. I took over for Ian for a minute. So it's going to go on there just like that. This one does turn a little bit. The differential does not do anything. Been a while since I've seen it, so I didn't remember. What I am going to do is I'm going to turn it like that. I'm going to put these screws in so that I can do them from the top, and then I'll rotate the part around and do the other side from the bottom, or do the other side again on the top. So we'll put the universal in here like this. Come on. Coax it in there. Once I can see the hole, put the screw in, just get it started. Then I'm going to rotate it around. I don't remember if that rotated when I first put it in there. It does now. Again, line up the hole, tighten it down. This time I'm going to tighten this one all the way down. Let me see, still good. Rotate it back. Do the same thing on this one. A little bit snug. Let me loosen that a hair. There we go. Then we're going to take this one and do the same thing. This, the fact that it can spin right here is really kind of nice. You don't have to fight with it to get it to go together. So line up the hole. Started, turn it over, line up the hole again, and this one is actually a little bit not lining up perfectly. This is exactly why I do it the way I do, so that I don't have to fight with it. Tighten that down. That down. And so somewhere along the line, this is going to attach somewhere in here. But that is all there is to do in this stage. I hope you're enjoying this build. I'm getting back into it a little bit after my hiatus. If you are enjoying it, like, subscribe. Leave a comment and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video or stream.
Fuckman's Model Mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Fuckman's Model Mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models.